Well, hello there, and welcome back to my personal life channel. This channel is behind the scenes of my ministry life, and I think people need to understand who I am as a pastor and kind of what inspires me to do what I'm going to be doing to help other people. So, in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is continuing my playlist series of When Does a Boy Become a Man? We're going to be looking at key point number 4. As you can see up there, it's called physical maturity. If you want to know what that means, please keep watching. So you're probably wondering what I mean by physical maturity. There you see it up there on the screen. Well, physical maturity that I'm talking about here is sufficient to work and protect a family. Unless afflicted by injury or illness, a boy should develop the physical maturity that, by statute and strength, marks recognizable manhood. Of course, men come in many sizes and demonstrate different levels of physical strength, but common to all men is a maturity through which a man demonstrates his masculinity by movement, confidence, and strength. A man must be ready to put his physical strength on the line to protect his wife and children and to fulfill his God assigned task. A boy must be taught to channel his developed strength and emerging size into a self consciousness of responsibility, recognizing that adult strength is to be combined with adult responsibility and true maturity. So, physical maturity. Your body needs to be at a state where you can handle that, be responsible for going to work. So, what I like to do, as you know, if you've been watching this playlist, is I like to go to my phone and Google some of the steps that we can take to achieve physical maturity. So, I'm going to do that right now and I'll be right back. Well, as you can see, I've slid my camera over because I want to make sure I got room to put these key points on here. So we are talking about physical maturity sufficient to work and protect a family. So basically what this means is we're building strong family relationships before we even get into that environment to build a strong family. I think that we need to learn this from home. And if we're not learning this from home, we need to have a spiritual health consultant that we're working with, somebody that can advise us. I'm going to be doing a video that talks about the difference between counseling and consulting, and I'll get to that soon. This is very important. Building strong family relationships. This is something that's probably not taught in the home or in the church or at the local schools. But let's talk about this. Number one, our society thrives on strong families. Our family teaches us how to function in the world. It should provide love and warmth to all of its members. A strong family gives its members the support they need to make it through life's toughest spots. Sometimes we don't understand this, that that's our function and that's our responsibility as men to be able to help our families to make it through the toughest times. And if we as adolescents growing into manhood and we don't understand how to get through the toughest times ourselves, we're not going to be able to help our family get through that. Key point number 2 here is strong families have good communication. We need to work on our communication. Strong families have open lines of communication where all family members feel heard and respected. One of the best ways to strengthen your family is to increase your listening skills and those of other family members. Until we can hear each other, we cannot build strong relationships. We cannot be physically mature if we're not listening without responding to those around us. So, how can we do that? How can we build strong family relationships? By listening effectively or actively to each other. Let's look at that. Give the person your full attention. Turn off TV or put down what you are doing. My friends, many times, my wife will want to come and talk to me right in the middle of me doing a project or me watching TV. Well, it says, if somebody wants to come and talk to you, give them your full attention. Turn off the TV or put down whatever it is you are doing. And if you want to talk to your significant other, I'd advise you to say, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Can you pause that or something?" It's rude to interrupt a man when he's focused on doing something. So it helps to be able to ask for that full attention rather than just barge into it, demand it. Okay. The next key point that it says here: focus on what the person is telling you rather than thinking about your reaction or response to what is being said. There will be time for that. So focus on what the person is telling you. So when somebody is talking to you, you need to focus on that instead of trying to respond. Listen for how the other person is feeling and relay back what you think they are saying and how they are feeling. I hear you say that you don't like your sister. You look pretty mad. Did something happen? Okay. So when somebody's talking to you in your family and maybe you're dating a girl or something, reinforce what they're saying to you. Read back. Hey, this is what I understand that you're saying to me. And sometimes we fail to understand and we respond out of a way that's negative because we don't understand what that other person wants to say. Another point here is resist giving advice or your reaction until you are certain you have fully understood what the person was saying to you. I find this many, many times in my own life with dealings. We will give advice or our reaction before we truly understand somebody. And I see that when I'm dealing with people, specifically pastors or spiritual leaders, that I will go out and I will talk to them and I will try to get some advice from them or some encouragement. I will get that same issue that they're talking about here. So it says here, resist giving advice or your reaction until you are certain you have fully understood what the person was saying to you. How many times do we jump to conclusions? Let's look at key point number 3 on becoming physically mature to raise and support your family. This is a tough one. Use I messages rather than you messages when talking. Why should we do that? I messages are more difficult because they require us to be clear about our own thoughts and feelings. They, however, increase the chance that our message will be heard and decrease the chances that a fight will begin. That makes sense. Here's an example. I don't like all this fighting. It upsets me to see the two of you not getting along, rather than, what's wrong with you two? You are making me crazy. Can't you ever get along? Teach everyone in your family to talk with I messages as much as possible. I am feeling upset when I see you playing video games before you finish your homework. You messages should be discouraged because they often lead to bad feelings and increased fighting. Your messages seldom resolve the problem. What just went through my mind when I was reading this is parents teaching their children to say I statements when the parents are not actually saying I statements to their children. We need to learn to do that. We need to learn to convey that. I am feeling instead of you are doing this. So I feel that you're not getting your homework done because you are on your game console or whatever they're doing, or I feel you're not getting your homework done because you're texting or talking on the phone. I think those things are merit. Point number 4 here: encourage all family members to share their thoughts and feelings. Oh, that is hard for a man that's leading his family to do that, isn't it? Strong families allow all family members, no matter how young or small, to talk about their thoughts and feelings. This does not mean that members are not responsible or respectful of one another, but rather that feelings and ideas are respected. Everyone should be expected to express themselves in in appropriate ways, such as with iMessages. When people feel heard and respected, they feel better about themselves, are more open to solving problems, and are more likely to allow others to express themselves. I like that, my friends. If you want to know where I'm coming from, my friends, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. That's why I'm a consultant. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I also have a master's degree in theology. I think there's a strong correlation between the study of God and the study of how we think and how we feel. So let's look at point number 5 here. Strong families spend time together. In today's busy world, it can be difficult for families to find time to be together. All relationships need attention, and this includes the family as a whole. So, what can we do as adolescents growing into manhood to be able to spend time with our families? I think that's important, even if a young lad is maybe ask your family, hey, can we go do something as a family? I think that's important. But it says here family rituals can offer a set time for families to get together and give each other the attention needed. A family ritual is simply a time that is set aside on a regular basis for a family to get together. This can mean having dinner together, celebrating a holiday together, going to church together, or going for a walk together. It is important that the family ritual be predictable and that other activities are not allowed to upset it. I like that. Family rituals help define who we are as a family. It allows time for the family to get together, to share experience with one another, and to reconnect with each other. Knowing that the family will have time together can help us deal with those times when we are apart. Even though parents may work, children can know that each evening, each weekend, or whatever works for your family, they will have some special time with you. Some special time. Okay? I think that's important. I think that as parents, we need to understand that, hey, our children need time with us. And if you're an aslan growing into manhood, and if you don't think that you need to spend time with your children, maybe because your mom and dad don't spend that significant time with you, I'm going to tell you, maybe they didn't learn this. Maybe they need to sit down and they need to watch this with you. Maybe the parents that are watching this right now, maybe they need to change how they're doing things with their family. It says here, even every child is special, and every child needs some special time when he can have his parent all to himself. Give your children some special time, helping develop a close relationship with your child. If you can make it a predictable ritual, your child can depend on it and look forward to it this time with you. And look forward to this time with you. Be sure that this special time is not easily interrupted by other activities. For example, don't answer the phone during this time. Allow your child to help you decide how to spend this time. You could read books, sing songs, go for a walk, play a game, or whatever your child enjoys. The more you are able to spend special time with your child, the stronger your relationship will be. Wow. Wow. I never had some of these things growing up, my friends. I'm going to talk to you about when I um, get done reading these key points. I think they're very important. Key point number 6, as you can see over here, look for opportunities to connect with your child. Although setting aside time with your child is important, also look for small moments that you can use to connect with your child. Researchers say that spending frequent, brief amounts of time, as little as 1 to 2 minutes, involved child preferred activity is one of the most powerful things parents can do. You can make up stories together while doing chores, talking about concerns while on the way to the grocery store. Read a book together while waiting for dinner to finish. We often think we have to wait for our special time, here again, but all those small moments help us stay connected in between the more scheduled times. I really like this, my friends. Sometimes I don't know where this is going. I don't really research this prior to doing this study. I want God to speak to me at the time I'm doing this. And this is why. Number 7, strong families handle their conflict fairly. All families have conflict. It's a natural part of human relationships. Strong families are able to work through things they disagree about by focusing on the problems rather than by tearing each other down. I'm going to pause for a moment there. Strong families handle their conflict fairly. All families have conflict. It is a natural part of human relationships. Strong families are able to work through things they disagree about by focusing on the problem rather than by tearing each other down. I think this is hard, my friends. This is hard for a lot of people. Even biological siblings, they're going to fight and they're going to tear each other down. But if you love your family, that's wrong to do that, my friends. If you truly, truly, truly love your family, we should not be tearing them down. I'm going to slide you back over so I can talk to you for a little bit. Just kind of bear with me. There we go. My friends, this has been a really powerful, let me get that straight a little bit. Sometimes it's better just to do it while I'm making a video, but yeah, my friends, it's a powerful message. This physical maturity, to be able to go out and make the money and know what is physically responsible as a parent. I'm basically talking about dads. Is it right to learn these things as an adolescent growing into manhood? If you don't have this effective role model at home, my friends, it's hard to find that. It's hard to find that. Spending those special times with your father or with your mother as adolescent. Sometimes as a teenager, we can get to a point that we want to do our own thing. We want to be our own person, but we need that time with our parents. Even at the point of adolescence. Adolescence to me is the teenage years, when I'm working between 10 and 20. I may not become an adult legally until I'm 18, but I may not become mature until my 30s or 40s. There's no significant age as when adult maturity into manhood really hits us. I think knowing these key points that I'm teaching in this playlist is very, very important. Why am I doing this from my personal life channel instead of from my ministry channels? My point is, my friends, as I didn't have that positive role model growing up. My parents divorced when I was 7 years old. My mom was an alcoholic, and she didn't know how to be a parent, how to be a mother. So I didn't learn this at home. I didn't learn this in school. I didn't learn this in my churches. I got to a point once in my life that I wanted to be better than what I learned growing up. And I knew that there were some things that were wrong in my personal life growing up. And I wanted to make a difference in my life so I can make a difference in your life or those people that are in my personal life. My family members, my brother, my sisters, my wife, my stepdaughter, my daughter. I want to make a difference in people's lives. But if I do not personally understand these things that I'm trying to teach, I need to learn this myself. And that's why I'm doing this playlist. That's why God puts it on my heart to understand the difference between being a boy and being a man. There's a big difference. And if you don't have that father role model or that dad role model growing up, you're not going to learn how to be a man. You're going to need to watch my videos. You're going to need to dive into somebody that knows how, okay? I have to research this stuff, my friends, because I don't know. And to make me a good pastor, I need constant training. I need a constant education, and I need to constantly renew my mind. So what I like you to do, my friends, right now is I like you to check out the playlist from the beginning that talks about when does a boy become a man. And I'd like you to check out my Wednesday night videos, my friends. That's my Bible study. I'm studying the book of Matthew. And I think that's something that we as fathers or dads can do with our children, is to allow them to study the Bible with us. And that's why I do my midweek Bible studies. My daughter's 31 years old. I hope and pray that she actually watches these videos. My friends, May God bless you, and I'll see you soon.